If you want to decorate your home on a budget, you're gonna love these Dollar Tree DIY decor dupes. Hey there, it's Christina from the DIYmommy.com. Recently, I saw some gorgeous decor at Pottery Barn, but it was completely out of my budget. So I went to the Dollar Tree, found some unique crafting supplies, and I'm gonna see if I can create some romantic decor inspired by those higher end pieces for a lot less. Let's get started. I'm at my Dollar Tree Canada, stopping off at the Valentine's Day section first. I found these sort of tacky looking hearts, but I think I could make something similar to this Artisan handcrafted heart object from Pottery Barn. I'm using some crazy glue from the Dollar Tree as well, and I'm just applying that to one of the hearts. So I purchased 2 of these for $1.50 each, and the glue was also $1.50. I'm placing the 2 heart pieces together and then letting them sit until the glue is completely dry. Now, I first started with this Rust-Oleum Stone Effect spray paint. I thought I could get the texture I wanted with this, but I did not like it at all. So I wiped it off, and I'm using this old spackle that I had from a previous project that was kind of dried out, and I'm just applying this all over my heart shape. Now, I want to get a really textured look, so if you're doing this too, don't worry about any imperfections. Once it's all dry, you can use an 120 grit sandpaper just to sand off any parts that are sort of sticking out, but you don't want to sand it down all the way. You still want that texture to make it look a little bit like cement. Now I'm taking this home decor chalk style paint. I think I found this at Dollarama a little bit ago, and I'm painting the whole thing. So if there's any little bits of color showing through that drywall spackling, you can cover them up with paint. Now I'm all done with this little decorative object. I love how it turned out. It's a really cute addition to a mantle or a sideboard, or to add some seasonal shelf styling. Now the wreath section is always fantastic at Dollar Tree. I love this heart-shaped wreath form, perfect for Valentine's Day or just to add some romantic decor into your home. I love this dried sweetheart wreath from Pottery Barn, but I want to kind of create something similar with these Dollar Tree products. I found these picks from Dollar Tree last year. They're usually in stock around this time, so definitely check out your local store and see if you can find them. Now I'm taking some side cutters and some pliers, and I'm just cutting off the inside 2 portions of the wreath form. I just want to use this outside portion. Now I'm taking my hot glue gun and applying glue to the bottom of the wreath just like this, and then I'm pressing one of the stems on top. If you're doing this too, just kind of layer your stems one over the other, and you can curve the stems like I'm doing here to make them really match the shape of the heart wreath form. Use a ton of glue for this and just keep layering those picks as you go. I'm starting on the right side, and then I'm going to do exactly the same thing on the left side of my wreath. Now that I'm finished adding all of my picks, I'm taking some Dollar Tree twine. Always love to have this on hand. Putting a little bit of hot glue on the top middle of the wreath just like this, and then I'm wrapping the twine around to kind of cover those leftover stems that are showing. I'm applying a little bit more hot glue at the end and then trimming the twine, and my romantic heart wreath is all finished. Even though it's not made of dried florals, I do love these Dollar Tree picks. I think they're so romantic and pretty. You can hang this on your door, you can hang it on an art rail like I have in my living room, and enjoy. Don't forget to check out different sections of Dollar Tree, not just the craft sections and the seasonal sections. In the automotive section, I found these microfiber cloths. They reminded me of this Pottery Barn soft, cozy X&O pillow set, so let's see if I can make that. These cloths at $1.50 each are a pretty good price for microfiber fabric. It's so soft and cozy. I'm taking a plate and I'm cutting one into a circle shape, taking a mug, and then I'm tracing around that in the middle and cutting that out as well. I'm going to create 2 separate pillows rather than one that's connected together. Now I'm just taking my first O shape and I'm putting it on a second cloth and tracing that to make a second piece. Now I'm creating the X by using a straight edge, making an X shape, and then adding 3 inches to either side of that. I find having about a 6-inch width on these pillows is going to make it work because once you stuff them, they're going to look a lot smaller. Once I've drawn out the X, I'm trimming off all the excess fabric, and then I'm also cutting the triangular shape off the bottom of each part. Again, I'm placing that over another microfiber cloth and cutting a second piece so we have a front and a back. Now I'm using my sewing machine and placing the 2 pieces of the X together just like this, and I'm sewing around using a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Don't forget to leave about a 6-inch opening so that you can stuff your fiber fill inside. Now I'm just turning the X piece right side out just like this, and it's ready to be filled with some fiber fill. With the O, it's a little bit weird because you can't sew the 2 circles, otherwise you cannot turn it right side out. So I'm just sewing the outer circle with that 1/2 inch seam allowance. And now for the inner circle, what I'm going to do is sew it by hand. So I have a needle and thread. I'm turning both sides of the circle in. Then I'm using what's called a blind stitch to stitch those 2 pieces together. I'm going all the way around the inner circle. I'm using some upcycled fiber fill, polyester fiber fill from a previous project, and I'm stuffing the X and the O. Make sure to stuff quite a bit inside so you have nice fluffy pillows. Then I'm taking a needle and thread and I am stitching that hole shut. For the X, I'm turning the 2 sides of this hole about 1/2 inch inside using my needle and thread and sewing those shut. Now I'm placing these on my couch and they're so cute. I think my daughters are really going to enjoy these, and they're just a fun, whimsical thing to add to your Valentine's Day decor. I always like the mugs at Dollar Tree, especially just the plain white ones. There's so many crafty possibilities. I'm going to see if I can recreate these minimalistic heart mugs from Pottery Barn. I'm using my Cricut to create this, and I'm just opening up Design Space, choosing the heart shape and making sure it's 1/2 inch wide. I'm going to cut out 20 of these on some permanent gold vinyl. I also noticed that Dollar Tree does have some permanent vinyl in store. I have not tried it yet with my Cricut, but if you've tried it, let me know. I'd be really curious to see how this actually works with a Cricut cutting machine and if it's a viable, budget-friendly alternative. Now that my permanent vinyl is cut out, I'm just weeding it, removing all of the excess vinyl. Then I am cleaning my mug, and then I'm just placing these hearts randomly on the mug. I like the idea of having them spaced far apart and random, just to give it more of that handmade look. This is a really simple project, and it's perfect if you're a beginning Cricut crafter. If you don't have a Cricut, you could also do a similar effect with a gold paint pen from Dollar Tree. Back to the Valentine's Day section, I found these wooden hearts for $1.50, and then I remembered this beaded rope with a heart from Pottery Barn. I want to see if I can recreate this garland. Also bought these wooden beads, and of course I grabbed this twine as well. I'm using some white chalk style paint and painting the wooden heart, so I'm painting the front, and then once that's dry, I'm painting the back as well. Now I'm taking that twine and the wooden beads, cutting about a 2-foot piece of twine, and then I'm stringing about 20 of those wooden beads on that. Then I'm just tying a knot at the end to secure everything into a circle shape. Now I'm taking some more twine and wrapping it around a piece of 6-inch plastic, cutting that off and pulling it off. Then taking an extra piece of twine, tying that around the middle, and then folding my fringe like this, and then tying another piece of twine about 1 inch down from the fold. Now I'm taking my scissors and cutting those bottom loops out and trimming them to make a cute little tassel shape. I'm also adding one more wooden bead on top of those pieces of twine and then tying a final knot. Now I'm taking some black acrylic paint I had on hand, more of that white chalk style paint and some water, and then I'm just kind of experimenting. I want to create a marble look on this heart, sort of inspired by that Pottery Barn piece. I'm flicking paint around, I'm dragging paint around, I'm blotting it, and just trying all sorts of different ways to make a marble veining look. I have this piece of marble tile beneath me, trying to reference that. I even use a scrap full fern leaf to see if I can kind of drag things around and make the marble effect. I'm actually pretty happy with how this turned out. Now I'm taking some hot glue and just putting a dab of it on top of my heart on the back, attaching that wooden bead garland to it, and then attaching the tassel on the bottom with another dab of hot glue, making sure it's completely dry, and this little garland is all done. So these are really cute just to drape over a stack of books, just to add a little bit of more texture to your home decor. So sweet for Valentine's Day or any time of year. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down in those comments below which of these DIYs was your favorite. I would love to know. And I wish you joy in your home today and always. I'm gonna leave some more videos that I hope you will enjoy watching next, right up here.